Hello everybody, and welcome back to another day of Gloomhaven. We'll be continuing our Diviner campaign today, doing a little bit of a shorter stream as it is the 4th, and I'm going to celebrate by going out and getting some Mexican with friends. But for now, we're going to be doing Scenario 7, playing our Diviner campaign, still at maximum difficulty. Alright, so we have Forest Imps, Cave Bears, Inax Shaman, and Earth Demon. Did some setup. You'll notice that this tile is a different color just because I didn't want to have to recreate the thing after I realized I was missing that one. So it's brown instead of blue today. What was the last one? Earth Demons. Another pretty challenging scenario as it is quite long. Sitting on a day where we will do only one scenario. A long scenario like this one. Alright. Shuffle all these things up. What else do we need? 5 bushes, 4 thorns. As well as 5 treasure chests. Bowls. We'll put those in a second. 4 poison traps. And that's everything? Alright. The treasure chests are goals, so we need to place those right now. Okay, there we go. What's in the first room? And we'll be facing, in the first room, we have 3 regular bears, 1 elite forest imp, and 1 regular forest imp. Forest imps, my least favorite enemies in the game. Alright, so 1 elite, 1 regular. Alright, so that's all the setup we have to do for now. We need to do a city event and a road event. Go ahead and do both of those. Oops, that's not what we want. There we go. Alright, this is a good one, I believe. Alright. And again, ancient technology and item 125. Okay. So go ahead and grab achievement. Alright, so we're going to be spoiling item 125 as we have just unlocked it. Fair warning. Go, the Curious Gear. During your turn, disarm all traps within range 2. So the question now is, should we actually keep this item? Probably not. Probably not, right? So the Diviner can teleport. The Mindthief has 2 jumps now. The Cragheart actually doesn't have any jumps since we didn't take a jump at 7. But we have the Compass, and we also have Push on the Mindthief and Directional Pull on the Diviner. So we have really a lot of ways to put enemies, to deal with trap walls. I don't think we need to keep this. I'd rather just take the gold. So we'll take 25 gold, we'll give it to the Diviner. Again, she's the one I want money on the most now. And we're getting up there towards our next enhancement. We'll have to start figuring out what that is soon enough. Okay, so now the road event. Hopefully nothing bad for us. Okay. Alright. Road event had no effect, so that's perfectly fine. Alright. Into the scenario. Scenario does have special rules. Treasure tiles can only be looted using a loot action. Let's see if this is one that's been properly FAQ'd. I certainly hope so. No, this one has not been FAQ'd. Great. What a cool design. So this is at least 2 scenarios in the game that have this and have not been FAQ'd. So we're actually forced into bringing a loot action. Fun. Who doesn't like having forced card choices for scenarios? I really hate this design. The idea of making it so that classes which are better at looting give a benefit to the scenario makes sense. Like, for example, the Scoundrel makes this easier for you because she can use Swiftbow. That's not a bad thing, but again, giving everyone a bottom loot 1 as a default action on all their cards is just like a better way of doing this, because you still give the advantage to people who are good at looting, but you don't force people to loot. You don't have a scenario effect which says you literally have to bring cards and cannot lose them that say loot on them. Like, it's really bad design. All right, and there's no other things. So let's grab our battle goals. Kill an undamaged monster with a single attack or allow no one to become exhausted. We'll go with no one becoming exhausted. One-shotting a monster as the diviner. Not happening often. On level 7 monsters, probably never happening. Loot no money tokens or treasure overlay tiles, or loot 5 or more money tokens. Yeah, probably more likely 5 or more than 0. Generally don't like having to loot 0. And certain number of times using items or only long rests. Certain number of times using items is fine, I think. Let's see. We have... Oh, we don't actually care about check marks anymore, as we've established, but still. So here, we're level 8. So it would be 10 item uses. 1, 2... Well, each time we use it, it's so easy. I mean, already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with no long rest. And we just use Frigid Blade twice. Yeah, I mean, it's basically guaranteed that we get this. Reset our XP this time. Okay. Alright, so we have to bring a loot action, huh? Fun. Fun, fun, fun. So the Mindthief has the only one who has a top loot action. The question is whether the Diviner can get away with bringing Cursed Ground. Really not a good rift. Bottom is so bad. Ugh. Does give me another rift for my level 7 card. But not really, because I'm never going to use this in combat, because it's so much better than, I mean, so much worse than just basically doing any other top action. Why did I choose this scenario? Ugh. Filled with regret. Give me 1 second, just fixing something. Oops. Accidentally unpaused. Refresh this. Alright. Alright, there we go. Fixed. Update's gone. Alright. Screen is on what it's supposed to be. Yes. Perfect. Alright, so no matter what we're bringing this, Hostile Takeover is actually not even bad here, and I guess Mass Hysteria isn't good, because even though there are these things, they have 2 shield, so Mass Hysteriaing them is not really where I want to be at. Let's have a look at our cards. So we need to cut Mass Hysteria, and we have to bring Into the Night, so we have to cut 1 more card as well. Fearsome Blade, then? Really ashamed to have to cut that, but I guess we have a lot of push now on the Cragheart, so... Cragheart who does it. Alright. And we literally have to keep this card until the end of the scenario, because otherwise we lose. So should the Cragheart also bring this card? Ugh. Ugh. Alright. So we already are bringing Brutal Momentum in. What are we cutting out? Probably Earthing Clod at this point. Probably backup ammo as well. We can cut and bring the loot. So the Diviner doesn't have to. Yeah, I think that's fine. Good. And the real question is, do we even need to have Crater anymore? Because one of the reasons for having Crater was backup ammo, but we're not going to have backup ammo anymore. So we could actually keep Earthing Clod to just have a bottom action which does something. We don't have many bottom actions that do anything. I think Earthing Clod is actually more valuable, probably. Also, enemies here can apply poison. Yeah, so let's actually cut Crater and put in Earthing Clod. Because we have Brutal Momentum and Enhanced Heaving Swing, we've already got a lot of push. So I think this is actually a reasonable setup. Alright. Okay, so then the Diviner doesn't need to be bothered with bringing her loot action, since we've already got 2 other people who brought them, and it would hurt us the most since we only have a 9-card hand size. Dimensional Transfer. Interesting, because we can teleport, like, through... Huh. Are we the best one to have a loot action because of how easy it is for us to get from room to room? Because, like, our party typically will go this way, up into here, and then we can send, like, just the Mindthief up here to loot, and then we can just I mean, I guess teleporting through isn't really that much faster, right? From here, we can teleport 1, 2, 3, 4, for example, but a move is just 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't actually change anything since we have to use loot action, so yeah, actually, it's not any faster for us, really. So it doesn't change much. And the door would already have to be open, so... Alright, looks like we're good as we are. So, we can start any of these 5 hexes down here. We've got 2 ranged enemies in the first room. I do wish I had Hostile Takeover. It's such a nice first turn. I guess I wouldn't be in range to use a meaningful bottom with Hostile Takeover, though. So in that case, I guess we're just going to kind of do our standard first turn, which is setting up the Mind's Weakness and moving with Dark Frenzy, so that we get to do a move attack still. We're going to go as late as possible and keep ourselves as protected as possible. And we'll use Obstacles plus the Disarm Rift combo. Where are you? To prevent the enemies from attacking. Found. Void Snare. So we just need to go as early as humanly possible, which is this. We will be Endurance pushing this turn. I'm clarifying that no matter what, in case I forget by getting distracted with what happens. I am going to use the bottom of this as a default, and I'm going to bring it back with an Endurance Potion after using Rock Slide. Okay, this works. So, yeah, this positioning is probably better. This gives us better range to use our abilities. Alright, eliminated there. I already shuffled these, we'll do it one more time for good measure. Uneliminate you, uneliminate you. Now let's get started. 14, huh? Alright, well, Boots of Speed continuing to prove their worth. More and more, at higher difficulty, I'm agreeing that Boots of Speed are definitely the correct choice. And the Imps doing the meanest thing they can possibly do the first turn. Nice. Alright, so... it's actually the Diviner who goes first at 11. We're going to begin... So how are we going to do our Rock Slide? There's no way we can force them to walk through the thorns. We always need to pull one of the Forest Imps into another rift. So what if the Cragheart does something like this, moving to here, and places a rock here, here, and here? Then this would make this the spot that they go through, right? Because there is this path, but this one would go... the numbering is maybe bad here, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It's the same thing. Your focus will be the Cragheart. Let's make sure that I'm right about this. So we have rock here, rock here, rock here. Let's just grab these to assume. I believe this is actually what we'll do. I think this works correctly. Rock here, and rock here. Again, the reason for placing them like this is to damage as many things as possible. We can never damage this, otherwise we damage all of them, and we still create the funnel that we want. So then we place our Disarm Rift here, as well as place the other rift here. This one goes 1, 2, this one goes 1, 2, and this one, I think it has enough movement, right? -1, yeah, so it's 4 movement. These 2 spots will be taken, so the closest spot I can attack from is here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's equal movement, its focus is the Cragheart, so it will go here to attack the Cragheart, so we can choose to have it go through here and still get disarmed. Alright, perfect. Alright, so I will move with the bottom of Unstable Off Evil, moving up just 1 like that. I need to move up 1 first so that I can get in range to put the rock in the back. And then I'll use unstable or rock slide, gaining 1 experience and creating earth. And again, placing a rock here, here, and here. Does 2 damage to everything except the regular forest imp. Oh, oops. Actually, the Cragheart going second. My bad. Because we're actually going 11 first. I would just have to figure this out. Anyway, it doesn't matter. One's going in the other. So the Diviner is going to first place use Void Snare. Again, I'll read these for the first time every time. Place 1 Rift token on any unoccupied hex within range 3. When any enemy enters a hex containing a Rift token this round, it gains disarm. So we place first this Rift here. We need to do this first so that the other Rift, when we pull something into it, does disarm. And then we'll use the bottom of Fount. Place 1 Rift token on any unoccupied hex within range 3. Pull 2, target 1 enemy within range 3 of any Rift token and pull them toward that Rift token. So placing this there, and then we'll pull this here. Gives us a disarm on it. Otherwise, I mean, we could also disarm the Elite by pulling it like here or even here. But the advantage of putting the regular here is that the Mindthief can come up and hit it. Whereas the Elite over here we wouldn't be able to hit. And it is more important to hit the imps first because they're harder to CC. And honestly just more threatening because of all the curses. And the only difference between regular and Elite is 1 damage. The damage isn't the most significant thing. I think I'd rather take 2 more damage to make it so the Mindthief can actually make an attack on a Forest Imp this turn. Although it is an attack 3 into something with 2 shield, but the modifier deck is so good, I think it's fine. Okay, so yeah, this goes here. Oh, will this change? No, because the bears go first. Yeah. Ah, but hold on. So then, actually, it does work. I guess then the question is if this rift is fine, but I think it is. We can actually do this to here then. Because so the bears will go like those, and so then this Forest Imp, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it'll actually move to here. The Elite will. The Elite is the worst one to hit, though. But that's okay. Not actually bad. And just because it has more health, like, eliminating any imp is kind of equally important, but I guess it's also taking a bit of damage, so it's not that much more health. Yeah, alright, actually this does make sense. So instead I'll use Fount, placing a rift here, and I will pull... Actually, I can place the rift wherever I want, because I can pull it in. I don't have to pull it into the rift that I place. Can I get this Forest Imp? How much range does it have? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, I can actually have it all, right? This is going to move into a disarm rift as well. Because it actually wants to hit 2 targets. Actually, the 2 target was good for me. As crazy as that is. It has 4 range and wants to hit both the Cragheart and the Diviner. So presuming we like pull this one out to here. So from here, it can't... Oh no, because the bears will have moved. Yeah. Annoying. The bears won't be there anymore, so it actually only needs a move of 1. Never mind. So that doesn't quite work. And there's no real way around that, I think. No, because we have to place rifts in unoccupied hexes. We also don't have range to place them back there. Alright, I think just doing this is fine. So like I said, we can actually pull this into this. We can kind of just put this rift wherever we want. I'm not sure there's really much of an advantage of placing it somewhere else. I suppose having a rift closer to this room could potentially help us in the future. Maybe we'll place this. I know we're going to end up moving these anyway. It really doesn't change much. Let's just do it like this. Because why not? It's gonna end up basically the same anyway. Alright. So we're done and we're done. Then the cave bears go. So they have -1 move, so 4 movement. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're all disarmed for this round and the next. Pretty good effect. 1 card basically carries this class. That's not true. The deck stacking is also very good. Put Voids in there is as insane at level 7 as it was at level 1. Ooh, what do you know? Disarm scales well. Okay, so the Elite goes, has disarm, so just moves to here. Ah. Hold on. I have a question here. I guess there's no one in chat, unfortunately. What happens if you gain a condition, but you already have the condition? Does it update the duration? Yes, it does. I'm a person. Okay, there is someone. Sorry, there was only one person in chat. Well, Lord Himbleshire, I'm not sure you know the answer to this. But if you do... You're welcome to try to Google it. I'm looking through the FAQ right now. Because this actually matters. The question is, can you apply a condition to something that already has the condition? Let me reset all of these like this. Can you apply a condition to something that already has a condition? And if you do, does it refresh the duration? So why this matters here is because we can get this actually to walk through. So if we place our other rift here in the end, and then we pull this like this, disarming it here, because it's disarmed, it's going to just move towards its focus, and the bears will be here, here, and here. Okay, so its focus, its move will be to here. So it will actually move through another rift, which would then trigger the effect of Void Snare, which is when any enemy enters a hex containing rift token this round, it gains disarm, which would apply disarm. The question is whether we can actually apply disarm to something which is already disarmed, and if so, if it refreshes the duration. Because if we could do that, then doing this setup is actually best, because then this will actually be disarmed for the next round as well. And there's no real downside to doing this. I think we will just do it like this while we figure that out. Anyway, so this one goes here. Goes here. Doesn't appear to be in the FAQ. I'm control Fing through the FAQ right now for condition. Oh, hold on. Okay, never mind. I did find it in the FAQ. As per the, can you clarify how gaining multiple conditions of the same type is handled? As per the rulebook, you can't have multiple conditions of the same type on a figure. When a figure gains an existing condition a second time, the new instance replaces the old instance, resetting the expiration turn. Note that curses and blesses are not assigned to a figure. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so actually this does work. Perfect. Sorry, I answered my own question before, but yeah, it's kind of an edge case. So in that case, we will actually place our second rift here. We'll pull her into this rift, which will disarm her. Call them hers. They have breasts, right? So then these things all go. Then the imps go. So this one is disarmed, so it moves like this, which applies disarm, so it's going to be disarmed again next round, which is perfect. And so then this one is just going to move up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to attack the Cragheart and the Diviner, applying 2 curses in both instances. The attack is for 2. So, oops, we did not remove, speaking of curses, forgot to do that. There we go. So our decks are clean. All right, there we go. So first the attack on the Cragheart. Cragheart has a helmet, so that's fine. So it's just +0, so we take 2 damage and 2 curses. I'll get the curses afterwards. Then the attack on the Diviner. All right, just 1 damage. But again, the more painful part, 2 curses. Okay, and that's that. So then it's the Mindthief's turn. So we're going to use the Bottom of Dark Frenzy, gaining 1 experience and creating ice to perform a move 3, attack 3, range 3. We're going to move 1, 2, 3 to here. It's better to be adjacent to more targets because we have, I guess actually not technically. Yeah, no, because it allows us to do more things without moving. I think this is fine. We're going to move to there. We'll make our attack 3, range 3 on the regular imp, because again, we want to kill the 2 imps as the highest priority. And then we can do like our wounding stun attack the following turn, and hopefully between those 2 things, we might just have enough damage to kill this before it acts again. So we'll make our attack 3, range 3, targeting imp number 3. understand we're making an attack 3 on something with 2 shield, but again, we have a pretty good modifier deck, so I think we can generally expect to get, at least 2 damage from this, and a lot of times 3 still. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Now we do wish we'd done it on a bear, but, the bears have a mountain of health. They're sitting at 20 health. Throwing 3 damage into them isn't near as helpful as hoping to get, like, a third of this thing's health down. Okay, and then we use the top of Mind's Weakness. We gain 1 experience, and we get to perform an attack 3. And we'll again just target an imp, because these are the most important things to hit, and we got rid of a +0 here, so at this point we're definitely more likely to get a pretty good modifier. Nice. We get a 5, which means 3 damage to this imp. Again, killing the imps is just by far the highest priority in this room, as in basically any room with imps, I guess, that don't have oozes. Alright, and that's the end of the round. So, we certainly need to use Perverse Edge. To stun the regular imp. And then what are we doing on top? Probably just multiple attacks from Corrupting Embrace is fine. And I actually probably won't do this on the imp. This I will do on the bear because it is multiple small attacks. I should probably be able to finish the imp next turn with a Frigid Apparition. So I think we're fine. And I don't need to stun the imp this turn because it's disarmed. Yes, imps, like, I think they have, so 3 out of 8 of their actions. No, actually 4 out of 8 of their actions, although one of them goes before we stun anyway. So 3 out of 8 the actions we could stop with a stun aren't attacks. But, like, if it spends its turn doing a heal action, I don't really care that much. I care more to make sure that I have the stun when it's not disarmed anymore to prevent the much more threatening attacks. Okay, so what is the Diviner up to? We don't have a perfect hammer, but well, so the person in Discord actually said this a little bit. Doesn't completely understand the situation. The condition is gone at the end of the enemy's turn, but the condition is actually, the new condition is applied during the enemy's turn. So, but as the FAQ answers, it actually overwrites the old condition with an updated version, an updated new version of the condition. Obviously, if the condition ended and then you apply a condition, then there's no question. Should we use Ethereal Vortex? Actually, that's pretty good here. These things have 2 shield. That's a good place to start. Hammer also looks good, though. Creating Dark from the Mindthief is also good, because we do have Shared Nightmare, although we probably need to stun the imp, but if we end up killing the imp, then we don't need to stun it. Killing it is better than stunning it. Yeah, this seems good, and this is a good opportunity. This is a good turn for us to be able to go at an initiative. This is actually a really bad initiative turn, but that's actually fine because of the fact that we don't really care about our initiative here, as everything is disabled. Basically everything. The last thing that's not disabled will be disabled by the Mindthief. Okay, so what is Cragheart up to? Definitely not Cataclysming here. That would be gratuitous. Yeah, Heaving swinging this through the thorns and into the boulder is actually pretty good, to be honest. Gets us a wound started pretty early here. So do I want to strengthen myself, or I just want to use this opportunity to do a little healing? I think I'll just use this opportunity to do a little healing. At the same time, I've got Curse in my deck. It's kind of the same, though. We're always going to end up with a couple attacks that we're not advantaging on. Yeah, and at the end of the day, well, the damage from all our attacks matters, but the pushing and everything is more significant here. Also, we can get better initiative another turn by doing this 21. Whereas here, we don't really care, once again, about our initiative so much, so I think this is a good opportunity to use the heal. At the same time, the heal is good for moving wound, because these things will end up applying at least probably 1 wound. So no, that is actually the best justification for using this bottom. Okay, let's go. Okay, perfect. Exactly what we wanted to see. No non-attack actions. So the Mindthief is up first. We're going to begin by using the bottom of a Perverse Edge. We gain 1 experience. We create ice. Creating a new ice. There was an old ice, just for the record, which we're going to use in a second. We're going to get an attack 1, wound, range 3, stun, targeting imp number 3. Okay. Don't deal any damage. It's okay. Get a wound and a stun, which is the important part. Then we're going to use the top of Corrupting Embrace. We're going to make 2 attacks targeting bear number 1 here. Again, we'll use the ice the first attack, I think, so that our damage is a little bit more split in case of a miss. Yes, that works contrarily because of a crit. It would be better to have it all in one. I think I would rather get more guaranteed damage than try to run a risk of getting greater. So we're going to consume the old ice using the top of Corrupting Embrace. So first we make an attack 5 because of Frigid Blade, and then attack 5 poison followed by an attack 4 muddle, both hitting bear number 1. Well, we stun it. That doesn't really do much. Okay, so 5 damage, and then the second attack. Normally 4, so 3 damage. So 8 total damage. Putting it down to 12. We put muddle on it as well. That doesn't matter. We will just put the stun on it, though. I mean, the poison on it. Okay, so we're done. Now the Cragheart goes. The Cragheart's going to gain 1 experience and use the bottom of Blunt Force. It's going to move in place, because it is important that we get strengthened before attacking. Have 1 retaliate, but that doesn't matter. We do, however, get strengthened. And then we're going to use the top of Heating Swing, attacking bear number 1, and we will be using the push. Good thing we got advantage. Nice. Whew. Good call. All right. Turns out these strength enhancements are pretty good. So we get a +1 immobilize. I'm not going to bother placing the immobilize. It's already stunned. Our attack was for 3 base. +1 from the modifier is 4. +1 from the poison is 5. This puts it down to 7. The hazardous terrain normally does 9 damage. It's halved and rounded down, so that's 4 damage, and then 2 damage from the boulder. That's 4 damage here and 2 damage here, so 6 total. Rift comes with us, though. We gain 1 experience as well for breaking the obstacle with Heating Swing. And this is wounded, which means it'll die before ever going. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect. Be at 1. Okay. Now the Diviner goes. So I'm going to begin by using Ethereal Vortex, move all Rift tokens up to 2 hexes. I'm going to move 1 Rift token here, move 1 Rift token here. Again, the Imps are the highest priority for me. This is a pretty small attack, but it also has Pierce 2, which is honestly perfect for killing these Imps. Okay, and so then this is an attack 2, target all enemies occupying hex containing a Rift token, Pierce 2, Curse. And I think I'll go ahead and use my goggles here, because again I have 2 curses in my deck, and these attacks are pretty important. These are probably the highest value attacks that I'm going to be making here. We'll do the elite and then the regular, and both attack 2s. Okay, so 3 on the elite plus an additional curse. 2 curses. And then on the regular. Okay. So it's actually 4 damage here. Oh, so it does live. That's perfect, because it'll die to its wound anyway, but we still get the 2 curses. Perfect. Yeah, Diviner taking care of business. And then we're going to use the bottom of Anticipate Intricacies, creating Dark, and just doing Curse, range 3, target 2. Putting 2 more curses into the monster deck. So. Alright, now the Cave Bears go. What are our battle goals again? Including tokens, number of times we use items, and no one exhausted. Okay, so nothing we really need to pay that much attention to while playing this turn. Alright, so the bear here dies to its wound. And these 2 just lose their disarms. Cave Bears are done, and then the Imps go. So the elite just loses its disarm. The regular over here, which is stunned and wounded, will actually die. So 1 imp down, which is the important part. Okay, and that's the end of that round. We now need to deal with some of these other things, huh? How do we go about doing that? So you need to make sure that Imp dies. 3 health and 2 shields. It's effective 5 health. Not the easiest thing in the world. The Cragheart can't really contribute to either killing this Imp nor CCing anything, which is a little bit unfortunate here. But I mean, that's the life of the Cragheart. That Rockside was obviously excellent, so can't complain too much. I mean, technically we could try to kill her. Yeah, I mean, I guess like Kinetic Assault Rumbling Advance should get us the kill. Hmm. Is that the play then? Maybe that's fine, because it's so good if we can let the Mindthief CC one of the bears. So yeah, I guess this is the play then. I was kind of liking Brutal Momentum, but it's better to wait one more turn and do Brutal Momentum when we might actually kill something. Because again, 1 direct damage here, and then an attack, so it'll be down to 2, and then we make an attack 4 with advantage, where again, we just have to get a +0. Only 1 curse left in our deck, so again, this is pretty reliable. We're going to do a little bit of ally damage with Rumbling Advance, but that's not the end of the world. Okay, so we're definitely going to stun one of the bears. And I guess, yeah, we can just go ahead and use Empathetic Assault here to get ourselves... I mean, bears, they have, I think, one way of going before 11. But in general, I think this should typically be fast enough, and it's definitely advantageous to get Strengthened. And I think it's worth. Okay, so then what is the Diviner doing? So we've just got 1 bear left. Can't really CC that meaningfully. We could actually do push into the Immobilized Rift, but I guess we should save that for next turn, huh? So I suppose we're just going to drop the hammer. And maybe just do a default move here, which we're going to Endurance Potion back. Because right now the hammer actually gets us 3 targets with Curse. And if we go after the Cragheart, who's going at 19, then we're actually not going to hit this anymore. So it'll be 1 less Curse that we give. Which seems worth doing, because we need to Endurance Potion 1 turn anyway. I mean, I guess this also gives us 1 curse, but this will always give us 1 curse. Whereas this only gives us 1 curse if we go before the Cragheart goes this turn. And then we can try to set up the Immobilized Rift with the push combo the following turn. I think that seems good. Alright, here goes. Ooh, 13. We're trying. Okay, so the Mindthief is up first. We're going to use the bottom of Empathetic Assault. We perform a move 2. We go to here. Strengthen ourselves. Heal ourselves. It just doesn't matter. And then we use the top of Frigid Apparition. We consume the ice, gaining 1 experience. This gives us an attack 6 with advantage, stun, targeting Cave Bear number 2. I like this. Okay, never mind. This is fine. So we got +5 here on a 6, so we just did a casual 11 damage here. Put that down to 9. Yeah, just Mindthief stuff. And stunned it. And we created ice, which is also really nice. We are killing it. Alright. So then the Diviner goes. So we're going to use the bottom Protective Aura. We're going to move away first to lose disadvantage. Where exactly do we want to be? I think just being here is probably fine. So we're just going to move there with the bottom Protective Aura. We're going to use an Endurance Potion charge to recover it. And then we're going to use the top of Call of the Nether, creating a new Dark, and targeting like this. We'll do Bear 2, Bear 3, and Imp 4 in that order. Okay, so we get heal 2 on any ally. Yeah, that actually heals the Cragheart for 2. Still haven't used the bottom heal, right? Yeah, because there's the wound incoming. Nice. So it's 1 damage. On 8. And a curse. I'll give all the curses at the end. And the second bear. Oh, nice. And the muddle actually does something. Very solid. Right. Here, I'd love to just draw my curse here. That would literally be the best draw in my deck. The +0 is honestly a good draw here as well. Because we weren't dealing damage no matter what. It would have been nice to go to the curse, like I said, but this will be fine. And we're already up to 9 curses in my deck. Pretty good. Okay, so now the Cave Bears go. This one is stunned, so it does nothing. This one is immobilized, attacks at -1, so normally 5, but here 4 with disadvantage, targeting the Cragheart. Yeah, about what we would expect. Nice. No, we still have that. Get this. We lose this. Okay. So then the Cragheart goes. So I guess there's no reason not to just attack first, huh? First we take 1 damage from our wound. Not a big deal. Yeah. Because if we kill with the attack, I guess that gives us secondly more flexibility where we move, although I don't think it's ever going to change anything. But regardless, because if we do... No. Well, because we can move afterwards. I guess that's the argument. But would moving up 1 be good? No, I think where we are is actually best, because we want to probably be able to push this. Like, yeah, that, exactly. So let's just stay where we are. Let's go ahead and use the top of Kinetic Assault to attack Force number 4 first. So this is an attack 4 with advantage. Oh, okay. Whew. Just barely, huh? So 4, this thing has 2 shields, so it does 2 damage, putting it down to 1. Just barely. And then we use the bottom Rumbling Advance. We create Earth, and we do 1 damage to all adjacent enemies and allies, which kills this. Damage there. 1 damage there. Bear pun? Did I make a bear pun? Not realize it? Oh, barely enough. Did I actually say that? I guess. Just said just enough. Obviously not even doing it on purpose. Alright. So, just barely? Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, fair enough. I promise I didn't do it on purpose. Not that I am opposed to the occasional cheeky pun, but here was an unintentional one. Alright, so what we want to do, I think, is to set up the disarm rift, the immobilize rift on this bear, and then push it. We need to go before the Cragheart, but not too late. Yeah, this actually works. These initiatives line up perfectly, actually. So we create the immobilize wound rift. I'm just used to saying disarm rift, because basically anytime we talk about rifts, it's typically that one. But we create an immobilize wound rift here, and then the Cragheart actually pushes here using brutal momentum. And pushing here is nice because first it'll put it here, which will immobilize and wound it, so it won't get to move and attack. And also we can choose, we choose this direction to push it, so then it actually takes 2 damage from being pushed essentially into the wall as well. And the initiatives line up about as well as we possibly could. Now the only issue we have is, can the Mindthief actually finish off this 7 health bear? Is that a challenge? We might as well just go as early as possible. I suppose we can save this and probably save the loot guard. So we do have to get a +1 here, because we'll be attacking for 6. Pretty reasonable with advantage, I would say. Alright, there goes. So Mindthief's up first. I'm not sure which one of these is actually better. I probably loot or move for jump is slightly better. So let's begin by attacking with the top of Cranium Overload as a default attack 4, targeting bear number 2. We're going to consume the ice, which turns this into an attack 6. We still have advantage. We need a +1. Uh-oh, okay. Whew. Alright, nice. So we get the bear kill. And then after that, we have a move for jump. We have to loot this probably ourselves. Makes the most sense. But we can move over and loot it next turn. We have a move 5. We go here. We can even go grab this one because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is kind of more out of the way. Yep. Let's just go to there. Gets us this coin. Okay, so then the Diviner is up next. So we're going to begin by using the top of Dimensional Divide. Place 1 Rift token on any unoccupied hex within range 5. When any enemy enters a hex containing a Rift token this round, it gains Wound and Immobilize. So we place a Rift here. We then have a default move 2. I guess technically moving this like this doesn't hurt, but I don't think it gains this much. Using the bottom of Protective Aura as precisely that default move 2. And that's it. So then the Cragheart is up. We're going to begin by using the top of Brutal Momentum as an attack 3 push 2. We will be using the push, targeting bear number 3. We're going to push in this direction here. We do not have advantage anymore. We also take 1 damage from our wound. Okay, so +1. We have 4 damage on the attack, which puts the bear down to 11. Push 1, 2. This thing doesn't give it... Oh yeah, it does actually. For each hex you can't push the target because of a wall or obstacle. The target suffers 2 damage and you gain 1 experience. So it goes down 2 more, and we gain 1 XP. And it also gets wounded and immobilized. Then the cave bear goes. It is immobilized, so it doesn't get to attack anyone. It takes 1 damage from its wound, putting it down to 8. Oops, actually, sorry. Then we actually had the default move 2 on the bottom unstable people. We're so bad at remembering this. We'll just do a default move 2 and grab this coin. You need to try to loot 5 coins. Okay. That works. Yep. And that's the end of the round. Well, the Diviner, we're just going to play our 2 cards. Mindthief, we're also just going to play our 2 cards, going as early as possible. See if we end up needing to help with that kill or not. Cragheart, also probably just want to go as early as possible here, and we can save the healing for next turn. More healing or looting or like this. Alright, here goes. That's annoying. So the bear goes, it takes 1 damage from its wound, but then it heals for 2, so it's actually a net 1 health up to 9, and lose its wound. And now it has 1 shield and 2 retaliate this round. It's been annoying. So in that case, I think I'm just going to go ahead and go loot. So I'll use my move 5, a Shared Nightmare. Anyway, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. And then I'll use the top of Into the Night, creating dark and performing a loot 1, grabbing this chest. Good goal. Alright, so then the Cragheart's up. So I'm going to use the top of Massive Boulder, creating Earth, making an attack 3, range 3, targeting bear number 3. Okay, so unfortunately we only deal 2 damage here, putting the bear down to 7. And then I have the bottom of Cataclysm as a move 3. I also take 1 damage from my wound. A healing potion now then. Or try to wait for a long rest to remove the wound. I also can just heal myself with Earth and Clod next turn, but that means I actually need to be next to the bear, and I also don't have great initiative if I do this next turn. Mindthief is probably going to long rest. Diviner is also going to long rest, so it'll just be us. Not a great turn either way, but whatever. I guess if worst case scenario, if it attacks us, we got plenty of healing. So actually I'll move up next to it so that I can try to do my turn then. Do a turn where I heal myself and attack it. Okay. So then the Diviner goes. Oh yeah, I can even stack the Cragheart stack. That's not bad. So I'm going to begin by doing a move 3, attack 2, range 3 curse. Oh no, no. Because I can immobilize it. I've got this, which I'm going to long rest anyway. So actually no, on the Cragheart I will use my bottom move 3. I'll go all the way back to this coin here. Ah. 2 coins. So then I go on the Diviner. I'm going to do move 3, attack 2, range 3 curse. We go 1, 2, 3 like this, I guess. Puts me at max range. Then I'm going to use my attack 2, which I'm going to use the weighted net. Really not a bad item, especially for the cost. I'm going to make an attack 2, range 3, curse, immobilize, targeting bear number 3. Okay. Honestly, that's fine to draw this here. We were making an attack 2. Really only drawn. We haven't drawn any of them here yet. We were making an attack 2 into something that has 1 shield, so it wasn't super exciting. But we do give them a curse, which is nice. And we give it immobilize, which is also nice. And then we're going to use the top of Envision the Course, and it's reveal the top 4 cards of any attack modifier deck, then place them back in any order. Or reveal, in this case, because we're consuming dark, reveal the top 4 cards of a second attack modifier deck, then place them back in any order. So we consume dark, we gain 1 experience, and we're going to stack 2 decks. I think that's going to be the Craghearts and Mindthiefs. The Mindthiefs is just the best deck for us to stack because it has the highest damage. And the Craghearts because the amount of damage we do to this bear can, I guess, help us a little bit to know what we're going to do next turn. Yeah, to some degree. Alright. So, the most likely thing we're going to do with the Cragheart then next turn, I guess, is to do our Immobilize attack at range. So we don't actually care about having the Immobilize modifiers. We definitely want to keep this as far away as possible. So might as well just get more damage now, and then and then knowing we have the Immobilize modifiers coming afterwards can be useful for some other range attacks. Okay, and then the Mindthief stack. Okay. So as before, I think we're going to put this as far down as possible to try to basically, I mean, this is what I was talking about when I was referring to why this card is theoretically good on the Diviner, but in practice in Gloomhaven, because of how easy it is for everyone to get strengthened for themselves, it's not actually that easy. I mean, it's not actually that useful. Basically, like putting our -2 down at the bottom, we're essentially saying, all right, we're going to hold off on getting that for a little while, and by the time we get to that, we're going to try to strengthen the attacker so that they basically skip past that, which to us, with the Mindthief of +0, is also something we want to skip past. But again, that effect would be good on this card if we didn't have strengthened moves on the bottom of our cards, which we do. So I'm putting this on at as far down as possible to give myself more time to play Empathetic Assault to strengthen myself, and then to attack on a turn where I'm going to draw this, either just with the +1 before it or with the something afterwards. So how much health does this thing have left? 7 health. The Cragheart makes an attack for 2 + 2 is 4, so we do actually need a little bit more damage. I guess we can bring back the Mind's Weakness on the Mindthief and finish the bear with the Mindthief then, if we put the +0 on top. Yeah, that allows us to gain a little bit of extra longevity. It means we're taking longer before we go into the next room, but that's probably okay. Alright, so in that case, I guess we'd probably rather have more damage sooner here. Although we're likely actually going to use our move. No, because we're actually going to have to move a lot. We'll be here, so we're going to have to move. No, actually, we can even. 3 plus our boots, whatever. Yeah. So we actually don't have to move that much. So yeah, I'd rather get the ice later because that allows me to play Dark Frenzy, moving into the room and creating ice. Let's go like this. Although I guess I'd rather have the +1 damage sooner. So let's go like this, actually. There we go. Okay. That's the end of the round. So we're going to long rest on the Mindthief, long rest on the Diviner, and the Cragheart's just going to play 2 cards. We immobilize it before it goes. A little bit annoying, but that's okay. Alright, so the Cragheart goes. 1 damage from our wound. We're going to use the top of Earth and Clod, consuming the Earth, gaining 1 experience, which gives us an attack 2, range 5, immobilize, targeting Cave Bear number 3. So the +2 Muddle. Our attack does 4 damage to the bear, putting the bear down to 3, and re-immobilizing it. And then with the bottom of Crushing Grass, for boots as well, we're going to long rest, so yeah, we did not take 1. Did we take 1 damage from our wound? I'm not sure we actually did. I think I may have forgotten that. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to here, using our boots. Okay, so the Cave Bear goes, loses the immobilize, and then we get our 2 long rests. We're gonna, like I said, bring back the Mind's Weakness, because we're going to end up just activating it and using an Endurance Potion to gain 1 extra turn on this coming turn. Since we need exactly 3 damage, and we know we have a +0, and Mind's Weakness does 3. Alright, so what are we getting rid of? None of our cards? Maybe just the late initiative for the Invis matters less. I mean, ultimately, this is just our worst. Well, this is actually our worst card, but we absolutely have to keep the card because of the scenario rules. So, alright. Let's get rid of this, I suppose. As for us, I guess we'll get rid of Call of the Nether. Kind of the same situation as usual, right? We've already got to 9 curses in the monster deck, so this just has diminishing returns pretty quickly. And we've already got plenty of other things which curse between this, and this, which just do it better. I mean, actually, they don't curse better. That curse is the best, but which do better things while cursing. I should put that. All right, so long rest here. Here we're going to go as early as possible to walk back into the Mind's Weakness. We can play Cranium Overload here because we're just going to Endurance Potion it back because we currently have a 9-card hand size since we brought back the Mind's Weakness. This gives us an extra turn. What are we going to do? It's actually, crazily enough, a turn where I'd be happy to have some healing. I suppose I'm just going to stack a deck again. I guess I'm just going to stack my own deck using Envision, even if I don't have an element. I suppose that's fine. I don't need to Mana Potion, I think. Get 1 more. And then I'm probably just throwing away a card here. I guess I can probably throw away Anticipate here. Again, we don't have many more curses to give. The top is good, but we've actually got a lot of stacked decks right now, so I don't necessarily need the deck stacking immediately. And basically most of the rest of my stuff does more effective things. I could also just try to place like a rift around here to set it up for going into the next room with it, but I would be wasting a... I mean, I really want the bottom thing, and I can always just do this combo to create 2 rifts and then use Ethereal Vortex. I think it's fine. Alright, here goes. The Mindthief's up first. We're going to use the bottom Cranium Overload as a default move 2. We're going to Endurance Potion it back. Oops. Performing a move 2, going to here. Then we're going to use the top of Mind's Weakness, activating it, making an attack 3. We put, what do you know, +0. Bear has 3 health left, so the bear is dead. Okay, Cave Bear is eliminated. The Diviner goes. We're going to use the top of Envision the Course to look at the top 4 cards of our deck and put them back in any order. Okay. Some good stuff coming up. So, does it matter when I create the dark? Yeah, creating the dark can be good for the Mindthief to use Shared Nightmare, so I guess sooner is probably better than later. Probably rather have the curse later though, right? Because of the fact that we're basically already at max curses, so it's better to have it after some enemy attacks. Probably something like this. +2, +2, and then curse +1. Looks good. Oh, sorry, when we long rested, we should have refreshed all these items. We also should have healed. Here we didn't have anything to heal. Okay. And then we have the Bottom of Anticipated Intricacies as a default move 2. Going to here. Alright. Cragheart takes 1 damage from wound. And then heals for 2 at long rest. A fair amount of damage from that. Stupid wound. And then we also get to choose a card to lose. Yeah, I mean, it's probably just gotta be Earthing Clod at this point. Even though we do need a bit of healing, we still have Rumbling Advance to heal, and we've got a healing potion. Okay, so let's bust into this next room, shall we? Problem is I don't know what's in the room, but in general, Disarm Rifts and Rock Slide, pretty good combination, right? The annoying thing is we can't know if we want to use our boots. We do need the Cragheart to open. I guess can actually be with this. We've got enough good top actions now that we have heaving. So we've got Heaving Swing, Brutal Momentum, Massive Boulder. Actually, that's only 3. We also kind of want to heal at one point, and Rock Slide. So 1. So this is still 4. Yeah, I think this is fine. Use Kinetic just for movement here, so we can save our better movement on Unstable because we don't actually need to go at 13 here. Going at 13 or 19 is exactly the same. All right, we're gonna do our double Rift combo because it makes sense to open with this and then be able to follow it up with Ethereal Vortex. The Mindthief wants us to go actually a little bit later. So we will not have created Dark. Use the top of Shared Nightmare. What if we attacked instead with the Diviner so that we could create Dark for Shared Nightmare? Shared Nightmare Curses, which is more mediocre. It's so good to use the Rifts though when we go in. It's so much easier to get the multiple disarms. I think it's always correct to do this. I think we can just kind of not be obsessed with getting Shared Nightmare value. It's just as a range attack, so it's a bit more flexible with what we want to do here. So that means we're doing something like this. So move 3, plus we can go up to 2 more. There's just this risk that, I mean, I guess we can just potion for Shared Nightmare as well. We got 3 potions. It's probably fine to use one of them now. Then what do we move with? We actually have to go after... I guess we don't... No, we really do want to go after, because Rock Slide can still help, even if the Disarm Rifts don't end up working. So what are we going to do? How are we going to make this work? I mean, so to go after 1921, it has to be the 39. But the problem is that this is a melee attack, or we can use the bottom, but it hurts to have to use the bottom. I guess it's kind of okay using the bottom. Maybe that's just fine. Maybe we just accept that we're going to use this bottom. We don't have a good top, though. The problem is this is one of our better tops, because we don't have that many good tops. We have plenty of bottoms. This is where Hostile Takeover is so good, but sadly we're limited on deck slots. Alright, I think we're just going to try to do this. I'm just afraid that we might not be able to get next to something using a non-jump move with only 5 movement because of the fact that they could end up getting clogged up in here. But we'll see. I think playing these 2 is the highest upside. I'm going to go for it. So Cragheart's up first. We're going to use the bottom of Kinetic Assault as default move 2. 1. What's in this room? Oh, not a lot. Geez, we're so worried about all the things that, I mean, that could happen in this room. Doing all the stuff for 2 enemies? I really thought there'd be more in here than that. 1 regular Earth Demon, 1 regular Forest Imp? Okay. You insist. Not moving. That's annoying. And using the Earth to do multi-target. That's very annoying. But we can make it work. Yes. Alright, good. Thank you, Disarm Rift, as usual. Okay, so we have 1 more movement if we want. Certainly going to play some rocks. I guess we're always placing a rock there. That's pretty much a given, because that does 2 damage to each of them. Getting more rocks in the room is probably a good thing. This is going to get pulled to here, so the Mindthief can still go 1, 2, 3, like 4, 5 up to attack it. Even if I put a rock here. Again, just having more obstacles here makes it easier to use Heaving Swing and the things. I guess I don't really need this extra one, but I don't know that it hurts either. Otherwise I can just throw it away somewhere in here. It does crowd the room up a little bit. Yeah, let's just get rid of it back here. Okay. We do 2 damage to each of these. We gain 1 experience. And we create Earth. Earth being unfortunate. Alright, then the Diviner goes. So we're going to begin by using the top of Void Snare. Place 1 unoccupied, or 1 Rift Token on any unoccupied hex within range 3. This Rift Token doesn't matter so much where we place it, right? But I guess we want to have 2 Rift Tokens in here so we can use Ethereal Vortex. So 1, 2, 3. Place that one there. And then we use Fount. We place another Rift Token here. Then we pull an enemy towards it. So we'll pull this like this and this. First of all, disarms it for the round, which is great. And it also takes 4 trap damage going through the hazardous terrain. Okay. Actually, this Rift won't even be able to reach the Forest Imp, though. So is it better to just place one that's 1 closer to here for when we maybe teleport with Ethereal Vortex? Yeah, I think I should just do that then. I think that's fine. If I could place it here, then I could actually move it, but this isn't going to move up, so it's not really an advantage, I think, to having it in there. Okay, so now the Imp goes. The Imp is going to make an attack 3 curse, targeting the Cragheart. Alright, so damage. Ah, all our beautiful deck stacking. Or not. Stupid curses. Curses do make the Diviner worse. Alright. So then we go here. We're going to use the bottom of Dark Frenzy, gaining 1 experience and creating ice. Move 3, 1, 2. Plus Boots of Striding. 3, 4, 5 to here. Just getting closer to the Imp, which is something we have to deal with. Make our attack 3, range 3 on the Imp. Again, because this will be not disadvantage, here it would be disadvantage, which sucks a bit. Yeah, we would miss 1 damage. We know we're getting a good amount of damage here. Ah, we're going to be 1 off from killing it. Oh, that's annoying. But I guess that's fine. I mean, the Cragheart could always just move next to it and kill it with Rumbling Advance. Alright, sure. Oh, I wish we'd have taken the +2 now, huh? Oh well. So we make attack 3, range 3, targeting Forest Imp number 4. Flip, flip. So 3 becomes 5. It has 2 shield, so it takes 3 damage down to 1. And then we use the top of Corrupting Embrace to attack the demon twice. So first an attack 3 poison, which becomes an attack 5. And then an attack 4 muddle, which also becomes an attack 5. So we do 10 total damage. Come on, Mindthief. God, I love this class. I love playing this class. So much fun. Just like casually dropping non-lost 10s without really having to try. Alright, Earth Demon goes and is disarmed. Does nothing. That's the end of the... Okay, so this kills the Imp. And, I mean, this should kill the Earth Demon. But on top of that... Oops. It can also be used to stun the Earth Demon in case we somehow miss. Because we certainly can miss. So then we don't need to do direct damage to the Imp. So we can actually take this opportunity to finally heal ourselves. We're going to kill everything. We're not even going to be able to give that last curse. How unfortunate. We don't have any deck stacking. We've actually got nothing left to do. Ugh. I'm trying to think here. Anything we should do? Not really. We can just go ahead and gain some experience here, because why not? Yes, there is the possibility we fail to kill, so it's better actually to use Seal Their Fate first. Yeah. On the chance that we somehow don't kill this with a Mindthief. So unlikely, literally takes a miss, but then we can't actually get the free curse. Alright, so like I said, Cragheart can just do a heal. We also do have an Earth, so we can do a giant move and make our way over to the chest, so we can easily loot it. Using Atel. Alright, here goes. So, Mindthief's up first. We're going to begin by using the top of Frigid Apparition. We're going to consume ice, gaining 1 experience. Gives us an attack, 6 stun, plus 1 from the poison, so 7, targeting the adjacent Earth demon. Well, alright, we did get the miss. Good thing we played around it. You're stunned. And then we're going to use the bottom of Perverse Edge, creating ice, gaining 1 experience out. We forgot to mark the one time we used this. We've also used Boots of Striding once now as well. Attacking the regular imp with the bottom of Perverse Edge. Typical bad ordering. So we actually end up getting a 3 here and kill it. Alright, so now the Diviner goes. We're going to create light and gain 1 experience by using the top of Protective Aura. Not really for anything, but why not? Otherwise we could default attack, but I don't really care that much about the default attack. The Mindthief can just kill this next turn anyway. So then we go 1, 2, 3 to here. Using the bottom of Seal Their Fate to make an attack 2, range 3 curse, targeting the Earth Demon. Advantaged. So we get just a +2. So our 2 becomes a 4, plus 1 from the poison, so 5. Puts this down to 1. And we get the last curse in their deck. Then the Cragheart goes. We're going to use the bottom of Cataclysm, consuming Earth to perform a move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. Allows us to stop on the coin. Nice. And be in position to use our bottom loot next turn. Then we're going to use the top of Rumbling Advance, creating Earth and doing a heal 4 on ourselves. Missing a bit of health. Eliminated. Demon is stunned. The round. Alright. Miner's just gonna play a card to gain some experience. The Mindthief. We do want to make sure this thing dies. Probably use this. Guess we can use this. Is it easy to move past? It's actually not easy to move past. We kind of need to kill it first. So probably fine just to use this as a default attack then. The next turn we can do a loot action and move. Works. Okay. What is E-Crag up to? So we're gonna play a bottom loot. Don't have a whole heck of a lot left to do after that. So we should keep our best cards for the Falling Room. Just certainly Massive Boulder with Blunt Force, and then Heaving Swing is actually just better than Brutal Momentum, I guess, at this point, because the wound. It's tough to say because we don't know how many obstacles will actually be in the room. We want a Rock Slide. Could keep both of these. That doesn't make sense. It's better to keep it bottom. Maybe Brutal Momentum actually will be better. This has the free wound. I think this is more likely to be better. Wound is good. Alright, let's just play this then. Okay. So we're up on the Mindthief. We're going to first use Empathetic Assault. Move to here, I suppose. We need to strengthen ourselves first to make sure we get this kill. Oops, sorry, we're the Mindthief here. Ah, we can actually move into the Thorns then. We can move around to the other side. Thorns will deal 4 damage. That's fine because we're in a long rest. We'll do move 2 here. We take 4 from the Thorns. Down to 8. Then Empathetic Assault heals us for 2. That action is after the move, so we're up to 10. And strengthened. Ah, in that case, actually, we can go to here. And we're not going to loot this next turn, though. Someone else can. Probably fine. Because then we gain... I don't really care about experience or ice, though, to be honest. So we'll go here. And then we'll use the top of Shared Nightmare as a default attack. Consuming the ice to get another item use charge. Item use charge. Attack with advantage. What a shame to get all that for this. But we did kill it. God, look at how many rifts have coins on top, huh? Alright. Then we're going to go on the Diviner. We're going to use the bottom of the Ethereal Vortex. Rifts are currently adjacent to each other, while 2 are, it doesn't really matter. We're going to perform move 3 to here. Gives us 1 experience. And do nothing with the top of Dimensional Divide. I guess... No, that's not true. So before moving, we should use Dimensional Divide, and we'll place, I guess, a rift there. Because we can always place a rift there. I guess we'll place a rift here first, on top of it. We can even go 1, 2, and we can go into the door, but no. Alright, did we gain our 1 experience? Yeah. Just having another rift near the next room can be useful for Ethereal Vortex top. Okay, then the Cragheart goes. We're just going to use the bottom Crushing Grasp as a loot 1 to grab this chest. And do nothing else. Alright, us, we're going to play a loot action and nothing else. Us, we're going to long rest. And the old Craggy. Guess actually it has to move, huh? But we can't move that much. We use our Boots of Striding to make it to here, or we use Massive Boulder. I guess that's probably better than using Boots of Striding. We just go like this. Throw this away, and then the following turn we can do Blunt Force. Boots of Striding to hopefully attack something. Otherwise we're just not making it. But we've got the compass to potentially put something where we can attack it too, so I think that works. Okay, so Mindthief's up first. We're going to use Into the Night. Oh, but then we're looting this from the Cragheart, who actually needs it. Cragheart only needs 2 more, we'll be fine. Creates Dark, which is nice. Creating Dark. Actually, should I be long resting here with the Mindthief? No, I think this is fine, whatever. And then I do nothing with the bottom of Creating Overload. Alright, Cragheart goes. In my case, I now kind of regret that because I'm not even getting a coin for my efforts. I'm gonna move here with Massive Boulder. And do nothing else. And long rest on the Diviner. Okay, what to get rid of now? Probably this at this point. They're full on curses. I'd still like to use Anticipated Intricacies top here, actually. Okay, so long rest for the Mindthief. Getting Boots back is good. Cragheart goes into the next room. Take a Bouse. Maybe Cragheart doesn't go into the next room then. I think that's actually probably more reasonable, huh? And us, no matter whatever other card we play, we're just going to Endurance Potion it back. So should the Cragheart just long rest here then? Instead of playing a turn and having a short rest afterwards when we all enter. So we really want to synchronize our entering. Long resting would heal us for 2 and let us choose a card to lose rather than getting strengthened in 1 experience. Yeah, that's got to be better. Alright, so actually we'll just long rest 1 turn early here. Like so. Okay, so the Diviner goes. We use the top of Anticipated Intricacies, gaining 1 experience, consuming Dark. We get to stack the top 4 cards of a deck, putting up to 2 on bottom. I don't really care about doing that to the monsters very much. Yeah, as usual, probably just better to do it to the Mindthief. Oh yeah. Definitely happy with that outcome. Alright, well we'll definitely put the miss and the +0 on the bottom. Oops, like this then. And we'll put a +1 and a +2 on top. Putting the better modifier sooner because of the chance that, again, we might get advantage through the worse modifier. And the other card, Envision the Course, we just use it as a default move and Endurance Potion charge to recover it. Okay, and then they both long rest. So I guess we can bring back Mind's Weakness. So actually what I'm going to do on my turn as well then here is I'm going to use a mana potion afterwards and I'm going to create Dark. This actually works pretty well then. Allows us to share a Nightmare when we enter the room. Alright, well we once again have to choose a card to lose. There's literally nothing we want to lose, huh? Maybe it actually is supposed to be Shared Nightmare, just because we don't have any more curses to give? Oh, and since we long rest, we heal for 2. And we long rest, we heal for 2. Or to lose. This is tough. In case we wouldn't mana potion if we're not going to Shared Nightmare. Shared Nightmare's so safe. It also applies poison, which is just good. Every one of our cards is extremely good. Except for this one, which is extremely necessary. Annoyingly so. That's why I really hate these scenarios. Really, really hate them. It's probably just Empathetic Assault, to be honest. Ugh, that hurts. It's Empathetic Assault or Shared Nightmare, but I think Shared Nightmare does have a lot of value when we enter the room. Okay, so we're gonna move in with Dark Frenzy, which gives us an additional attack. Use Shared Nightmare. Gonna blast off here. Making a bunch of ranged attacks. But as usual, we're gonna run in. Oh, we still have to choose a card to lose here as well. Can we just get rid of Crushing Grasp now? So much less convenient for us to have to be the one to loot. But it does let us split up for the last two rooms, which is pretty important, I think. Guess let's just Kinetic Assault then. Hurting our initiatives a bit though. So we got a 13 and a 21 and 26. We're kind of okay. Alright, speaking of, we're gonna go in early and Rock Slide. Endurance Potion time, right? Yeah. So I am using Endurance Potion on unstable people here, to be perfectly clear. Okay, as for us, as usual, it's best to play Rifts. Problem is, I don't know that we'll have great line of sight to place Rifts where they are helpful. Yeah, we probably do. This rock here is actually really annoying for us in the end. Alright, let's go. So Mindthief's up first. We're going to use the bottom of Dark Frenzy. Gain 1 experience and create ice. Doing a move 3. Here. Good. 1 movement left. Plus we still have the option of boots. Okay, so here we have 2 Forest Imps and 1 Elite Shaman. Some annoying enemies. Ah, of course. Oh, of course. Of course. We don't have the right kind of potion for that either. Oh god. Oh, that's so bad. Okay. Huh. That certainly makes things worse. Anyway, let's look at where the enemies are. That is the worst set of flips possible for entering this player. Alright, so let's think about this. Funny thing is, the Mindthief is the only one that getting hit matters. But the Mindthief is the one who will get hit by this disarm. That's such a bad thing. So we would have to use our Invis Cloak here. Oh no, we can just use Stun Powder. Yeah, we can use Stun Powder. Thank God for having Stun Powder. I guess we've got 1 movement left. So where's... The Cragheart can move to like here, here. Where we drop the rocks doesn't really matter much. I guess it might. We don't actually need to move further than this than the Mindthief. We can move 1 more if we want to, kind of for free. So let's see how this is going to work for them. So they have 4 range, and they want to hit 2 targets each time. So if the Mindthief stays here, they go actually after all of us. Not so easy, right? We can place a rift here and like pull something into it. Problem is there's no way we can actually make the disarm rifts work. I mean, other than the one we pull someone into. Because the only way to make ranged enemies use them, because here we're all going to be far enough into the room that they can just hit us with their 2 targets. The only way to make, I guess not this one, but we can't put disarm rifts down here. And we can't put the, like, we need the disarm rifts to be behind ranged enemies, so they move back into them when they try to lose disadvantage. No, it's sub range. I don't think there's a way to make it work. I mean, we can always disarm one by pulling it in, but we're never going to get more than that, I think. Alright. Then we'll replace the obstacles. It really doesn't have much bearing. I guess it's probably in the Mindthief's best interest then to move up more. We can keep something next to us. I guess we're not gonna get disarmed. Alright. But I guess we can always pull one of them up. So let's actually go here with the Mindthief then. Finishing our move with Dark Frenzy. And I guess I'll just go ahead and use the stun powder with this attack. Try to gain the experience. That was marked for a shuffle. What? Oh, one of these. Yeah, I did give me 1 experience. Okay. I created the ice. So I have an attack 3, range 3. I'm going to use my stun powder to add stun to a single attack. Targeting Shaman number 1. An attack 3, range 3 stun. Flipping a plus. Okay, 5 damage on the Shaman. Oh, because I guess the question is, would I rather... I just know I have a +2 and a +1. No, I think this is fine. Alright, so 5 damage to the Shaman. The Shaman is the most threatening enemy in there. And stunning. And then I'm going to use the top of Shared Nightmare. So I gain 1 more experience. I consume Dark, Ice again. And I do attack 3, range 4, target 2, poison, curse. And I will target the Shaman, and I suppose the closer of the 2 imps. Now the closer one is probably the one that gets pulled up, right? Not the back one. So better to poison the back one. No, because the pulled up one is the one I want to hit. Although I'm going to hit for a lot. But I don't have advantage anymore. No, we'll do this one. We'll hit number 7 and the Shaman. I guess I'd rather get the +1. Should kill this no matter what. So yeah, the +1 here is better and hope to get something better on the Shaman. So we'll do Force Stim 7 first and then the Shaman. Force Stim 7 we get a +1. Attack was for 3, so 4, which is 2 damage down to 4. Poison and curse, although the curse does nothing because they're at max curse. And then on the Shaman, nice. 5 damage on the Shaman. Shaman down to 17 and also poisoning it. Okay. So we're done. So then the Shaman goes and loses its stun. I don't even need to disarm the Shaman anymore. I'd much rather disarm one of these four curse attacks. Because the Shaman can't do its most threatening thing anymore. Although it can do its 2 target curse, but now that's only 1 out of 7, and this is 4 curses versus the 2 curses. So the choice is still pretty simple. Okay, so the Cragheart goes now. We're going to use the bottom unstable upheaval as default move 2, plus use our Boots of Striding to get a total of 4. 4, like so. We're going to drop some rocks. 1 here. This one's going to be annoying again, isn't it? Should push something into it, really, though. I could only go to here. And go further to place something like there. I guess I'll place 1 here. I can push into this as well. Let's just get one that's out of the way. I don't want more stuff making it annoying for me to punch up before the room. Okay, and that's 2 damage to each enemy here. Okay. Then on the Diviner, I'm going to first use the bottom of first use the top of Void Snare, place a rift. So we have 4 rifts, so we're gonna be able to place. We have to get rid of 1. I can get rid of this rift. So I'll start by placing a disarm rift here. Then I'll place an additional rift. I guess it can only be here. And I can pull an enemy towards a rift. I'll pull you to here, I suppose. Which disarms you. Twice, in fact. Okay, we're done. So then the imps go. One's disarmed, does nothing. Number 6. So it can just move to here or to here. No, to here. That obstacle's actually going to be a little bit annoying then, huh? As usual. And targets the Mindthief and the Cragheart, giving 2 curses each time. The attack is from -1, so 2. First Mindthief. damage. Matter. A Cragheart. Damage. But again, the damage is done. No damage is a bit of a misnomer. Yeah, I'd like it if they're giving me blesses. Yeah, and that's the end of the round. So, I mean, the Mindthief should certainly stun the Shaman at 8, which goes before the Shaman can go. And I guess just use this top, finishing off the Imp, presumably. Ah, we should have Earth from Rock Slide. It's actually significant, because we can use Cataclysm and Brutal Momentum to go mess up that Imp in the back. Get basically guaranteed kill on the Imp. So we want the Mindthief to attack here, because the Mindthief wants to use the bottom of first edge, which means not moving, which is why we would want to attack one we're already adjacent to. We're going to use the stun attack just in the off chance we miss. We do have 3 possible misses in our deck, and a pretty small deck, so a miss isn't an impossibility. And then at the same time, stunning and wounding the Shaman is obviously good value, because we don't want the Shaman to act still, and it has a lot of health still, so getting a wound on it is good. And then the Cragheart can use create Cataclysm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go here, and then we can push this into the wall twice, which gives us 4 direct damage, which kills it. So hoping we go before it. So now the Diviner. So we did actually have Ethereal Vortex is a pretty easy way to kill these things as well, huh? The Mindthief doesn't have another top that does anything, so... we don't have a relevant element, so I suppose we're just going to use Protective Aura here. And probably this to jump through, and then the following turn we can envision the course to do some deck stacking again with the element that we've generated here. Ah, Shaman trying to go at 8. Nice try. So we're going to begin by using the bottom of Reverse Edge. We gain 1 experience and we create Ice, making an attack targeting Shaman number 1. Bottom of Reverse Edge. Okay, that's fine. Get 2 damage, making them 13. This +1 from the poison. We also put a wound on it and stun on it. And then we use the top of Frigid Apparition, consuming the old ice, gaining 1 experience. We're using the stun just on the off chance we miss, targeting again Imp number 7. Now I kind of wish I played Ethereal Vortex this turn, huh? Huh. Bit of a mistake there. But I guess we can still just default attack to kill it. Yeah. Alright. The Shaman goes. This is the stun. Down to 12. But I do wish I'd played Ethereal Vortex this turn. No doubt about that. Kind of a mistake. I counted on the stun, on the miss by using the stun, but I wasn't really counting on missing, is basically the best way to put it. Alright, so the Diviner goes now. The question is, would I rather have an element for next turn, or would I rather just do a default attack? I think I'd rather just do a default attack and not worry so much about the element for next turn. Mindthief can also create dark for us if we need it that badly. So yeah, let's use the bottom of Dimensional Divide to do a teleport 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here, I guess. And then we'll use the top of Protective Aura as a default attack 2, targeting Imp number 7 here. It's an attack 3 because of the poison. Curse and a +1. Fortunately, it's not, the curse isn't doing anything in the end because so it was a 3 + 1 equals 4. So 2 shield, and it is dead. Okay, so Forest Imp is down. Then it's the Cragheart Storm. We're going to use the bottom of Cataclysm, consuming Earth to go move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here. Then we're going to use the top of Brutal Momentum, making attack 3, push 2. For each hex, you cannot push the target because of a wall or obstacle. The target suffers 2 damage, and you gain 1 experience. Love to see a curse here. Beautiful. Nice, nice. Alright, so our attack does no damage, but we use the push twice, and it goes bump, bump against the wall. Can't get pushed both times, so it takes 4 damage. We gain 2 experience, and it dies. Brutal Momentum being pretty good so far, without a doubt. Okay, and so the imps have been eliminated. Alright, so as we're playing our 2 cards, we'll see what we end up doing. Fortunately, we don't have CC for the Shaman anymore, but its most threatening actions are already completed. I actually clarified that I was Endurance Potioning this. Again, I just forgot, but I will go back and do it. Like, why do I have an on-hand size? I was supposed to have this. Alright, so I suppose Heaving Swing is pretty decent on the Shaman. We might as well advantage ourselves first. And I probably want Dark, so I guess that means I should do this bottom, and I guess attack with the Minds. Oh, but I need to go before her. Oh, she's going 59, so that works. Then I'm not so likely to actually be killing it before it goes, huh? I guess I can just set up Mind's Weakness next turn. But then this attack sucks. It's just a default attack 2. Or I just don't give the Dark, and I get to make more meaningful. Although really it's just 2 attack 2s then. Does Muddle. Yeah, we're not actually that close to killing this thing. Mind's Weakness is actually the best damage. I guess we just give up on getting the Dark. Probably the most reasonable thing. 89, huh? Alright. Now we could have got the Dark in the end, but oh well. Mindthief's up first. We're gonna use the bottom Cranium Overload as a move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here, I suppose. Well, you know, because then Cragheart can move there. So to there, and then I'm going to use the top of Mind's Weakness, gaining 1 experience, and making an attack 3, targeting the Shaman, plus 1 from the poison, so actually an attack 4. I'm going to consume the ice as well, so this becomes an attack 6. That's another item used. 7. Alright, I guess I was a little bit too worried for nothing. I should have created the Dark and down to 5. We still have mana potions. We've used 1, we still have 2 left. No. How good is stacking 1 additional deck here? It's pretty good. Oh, I mean, I get to stack the Mindthief's deck anyway. I guess it's fine. And on the chance that the Cragheart doesn't kill, which could happen, I might actually end up attacking with the Ethereal Vortex rather than deck stacking, so the element might end up just being wasted. I think I'll save the potion. Alright, Cragheart's up next. We're going to gain 1 experience. Move to here. Going to strengthen ourselves. And we're going to use the top of Heaving Swing, and we are going to be using the push, attacking the Shaman. Oh, strengthen. Alright, so we actually do 5 damage there, which means we don't get any experience for pushing it into things, but that's okay. We kill it. Regardless, which is what's important. Yeah, in the end, stacking 2 decks wouldn't even been that good because the Cragheart's getting a reshuffle. Okay, so then we're up on the Diviner. We're going to use the bottom of Ethereal Vortex, gaining 1 experience, simply performing a move 3. Going here and grabbing this coin. And then we're going to use the top of Envision the Course, simply stacking the Mindthief's deck. Again, this is the most important deck to know what's coming. Alright, well, generally good stuff. I mean, I think we can't turtle that much more. I think we have to run into the next room this turn. That's fine. Got stuff to do. So in that case, we're not creating ice. So getting the ice, I mean, it looks like we're probably gonna do enough attacks that shouldn't matter, but I guess we should go like this and this. Alright, and that's the end of the round. We will once again long rest on the Diviner. We'll bust into the room. This Mindthief. We don't actually have our Boots of Striding. That means we're actually gonna have to use this to move. Woof, that's not great. Let's do a default attack on top, and we don't even have ice for the default attack. Unless the Cragheart goes first and moves something closer to us. We have a 13, so we can go 13, 14. Bust in and attack the Massive Boulder, and potentially use a Compass. Alright, that seems doable. That gives us at least some information. By having the Cragheart go in first, we can see if we can get away with doing this, potentially, like I said, by using a Compass. It's so much better if we can use Corrupting Embrace rather than Into the Night to attack. Alright, so the Cragheart goes first. We're going to use the bottom Unstable Upheaval's default move 2. 1 onto the door. 1 more to go. In this room, we have 2 regular bears. Bears from this room will always be memorable to me, because there was one time I played this scenario. I tried to just leave one of the 2 bears behind here. Just like I immobilized it and ran away just to go run after the 2 other chests, because you don't really need to kill all the enemies, you just need to get all the chests, right? And, you know, especially because bears have a couple non-moves or lower movement sometimes, and this was also at lower difficulty levels, so they don't have like the 5 movement that they have here at level 7. And this thing chased me to the ends of the earth. It chased me all the way through the rest of the scenario, constantly catching up and making attacks regardless. And then, the very next scenario, one of the bears comes out of nowhere and crits me. Like, the next scenario I do randomly has a bear, and that bear immediately, like, very first attack crits. which I'm convinced was actually the exact same bear, because I never ended up killing it. Like, I ended up completing the scenario and getting the 2 chests without actually killing the bear that chased after me. And so I'm sure that it was just so frustrated that it chased me that long that it, like, built up the rage and crit. Alright, anyway. So we get to see what the bears are up to here. Okay. Oh, they're going at 13. That's actually not bad. They have 1 more movement, so they're always hitting us. Isn't a big deal, I suppose. So we'll just move 1 more up. We don't actually want to stop here, because then the Mindthief won't be able to move adjacent to one of them and attack with Corrupting Embrace. We can actually move here, which allows the Mindthief to just move there and attack, which is so much better. So then we use the top of Massive Boulder as an attack 3, range 3. We'll hit, I guess, number 2, because that'll be the one the Mindthief hits. So we can potentially kill 1 sooner. We have advantage still. Okay. So 4 damage to this one. We get down to 18. And 1 splash to this one. And 21. Alright, bears go. They've attacked 4 wounds. So there and to there. So the 2 attack 4 wounds on us. Okay. Okay. Nice, never taking damage. Then the Mindthief goes. We're going to use the bottom into the night as a default move too. 1, 2 to here. And we're going to use the top of Corrupting Embrace. So attack 3 poison, attack 4 muddle, targeting bear number 2. 3 turns into 6. And then 4, it's +2, so also becomes 6. So we end up creating ice. And doing a casual 12 here. Putting this bear down to 6. Also putting a muddle and poison on it. What a class, huh? Alright, and the Diviner gets her long rest. Nothing to refresh. Hard to lose. Just gonna go quickly refresh my water, so I'll be right back. Oh. Alright, back. Yeah. Cragheart's got a turn, which is fine. Oh yeah, we did take a wound on the Cragheart, my bad. By taking no actual damage. And we no longer have our strength though. Cragheart's turn here is fine though. Worth doing. Diviner has to choose a card to lose. Don't want our combo, definitely want our big movement. So we can probably just get rid of Protective Aura at this point. Alright, I think that Mindthief probably needs to short rest here. I won't bring back to Mind's Weakness since I am going to short rest. Alright. I mean, something's got to go, and at the end of the day, it just can't be the loot. Here's why we really couldn't bring back Mind's Weakness, because then there would be 2 cards we absolutely couldn't lose, otherwise we'd probably lose the scenario. Yes, having 1 card you have to keep in your hand, it's not, I mean, like, for every class that's playing this, not really cool designing. And I will continue to bitch and bitch and bitch about this as much as I possibly can, because I really, really hate this. Alright, so we will stun this bear here, and we will hopefully finish off this bear here. We have ice, so we can do the stun attack just to kind of keep us protected regardless. Alright, what's the Diviner going to do then? We have range to curse both the bears. No, we're 1 away. There are a fair number of curses to give. Oh, we don't have our move curse attack anymore. That's a shame. I would actually like that here. Was this better? No, this is way better. We don't have a lot that we can do here. I mean, the problem is just when enemies aren't attacking, I'm like, Alright, I guess what we're going to do is we're going to help our allies with movement then. So we're going to place... What we want to do is to get a vortex on the chest. Let's read Ethereal Vortex again. Place one of your character tokens on any two separate rift tokens. Until the end of the round, the hexes containing these rift tokens are considered adjacent to each other for the purpose of movement for you and all of your allies. Okay. So what we want to do is to put a rift token next to the door and a rift token on the chest. And then connect those two so that whoever gets the chest can then just boop right through to here. So to get a rift token on the chest, we need to at least move up. Moving up is probably something we need to do anyway. We can go ahead and actually just use like the disarm rift here. This is kind of wasteful. It is kind of wasteful because we actually won't have CC next turn on the Mindthief. So we could actually just use the immobilize rift, placing one here now, or even like here if we want or something. Here is best. And then move to here. And then next turn we can place the disarm rift here and pull into it, which will still be close enough to the chest and will actually prevent the enemy from attacking. Although at 21, well, 11, yeah, that should be fast enough. All right. So I guess we'll use this on an off turn. We're saving, no, we're using this now. Using these two next turn. Like, oh no, we want to use this and then like one of these two. We're gonna have an element. We're not gonna have an element, so anticipate is a bit worse than envision. Let's go like this. Okay. So Mindthief's up first. We're gonna begin by using the top of Frigid Apparition, consuming ice to gain stun. This is an attack 4, +2 from Mind's Weakness 6, +1 from the poison, so 7, targeting the adjacent bear. Oh, we actually know what we have here. Is it better to get the guaranteed +1 on the other bear? No, it's better to make sure we kill this one. In that case, I'm actually better to gain the experience. Yeah, I'm gonna not gain the experience. Well, I'm always gonna use my items enough times, right? I have to use my items 4 more times. And I could even just use all of these, basically, well, 3 of these at once now. Yeah, I'll gain the experience then, I guess. Alright, so I attack adjacent bear, I get a +1, kills this bear. Here. And then I'm going to use the bottom of Frigid Apparition, or sorry, Perverse Edge, attacking the other bear. Okay, I mean, this did end up being better because it's much more important to kill this bear. So we get a wound and a stun here. And we created ice. Okay, so then the diviner is going to go. We're going to use the top of Dimensional Divide. Place, I guess, one of these rifts here. And we're going to use the bottom of Anticipate Intricacies as a default move 2. And we're going to go 1, 2 to here. Oopsie. Oh no. Yes, the other mod is much better with these things. Look, I can place that there, but the diviner literally can't stand here. Because the tiles didn't match up perfectly, I guess. Time to make them perfect? Oh, really? Dear God. Alright. Princess can stand. Alright. Oh, come on. Are you serious? I really hate this standee compared to these. It's so much worse. So much worse. Alright, so we move there and we're done. Cragheart goes. Mindthief care to take a damage? No, it's probably fine. Well, anyway, let's begin by using the top of Crushing Grass. That's interesting because we're actually mobilizing it, but it doesn't really matter. We don't need that much healing. No. Alright, so we're going to use the top of Crushing Grasp. We're going to create Earth. Make an attack 3 immobilize. Target the bear. +1, so 4. +1 from the poison, so 5. Oh no, it's not poison, so 4. Also immobilize, that doesn't really matter. Then we're going to use the bottom Rumbling Advance, and we're going to move to here, because this gives us a coin, which is important to us. Coin here, which does 1 damage to the Mindthief as well as 1 damage to the bear, which we already did. And the cave bear goes, loses the stun, 1 damage from the wound, down to 15. Alright, so we really just don't want to see the bears doing their stupid healy thing. That would be the worst. Alright, us on the Cragheart, we can get away with long resting here since the enemy's going to be CC'd anyway. And we really want to get our Boots of Striding back because movement is a very important condition for successfully completing this scenario. Alright, so we attack with this and that. We go with this and this to charm the bear. So we want to keep the loot and presumably a move for the following turn, but I guess going earlier is better here, and these moves are the same. So yeah, we'll attack with Corrupting Embrace, which is definitely our best attack. Let's see what else we do. Alright, not the healy thing, that's good. The Mindthief is up first. We're going to use the bottom of Cranium Overload. Go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here, because we want to be next to the chest so that we can loot it. We want to leave this spot open so that she can pull the bear into there and put with a rift. And disarm it. Okay. So then we use the top of Corrupting Embrace. Again, we have a reasonable possibility of missing in our deck, so I'll rather divide the damage up. So I'll do 5-4 by using Frigid Blade on the first attack, rather than doing 3-6. So Consuming Ice on the first attack, so we make an attack 5 poison, followed by an attack 4 muddle on the bear. And that gives us another ice use, another item use. Okay. Well, we stun it anyway, so I guess that does change some things. So our 5 becomes a 6, and then the second one, we get 6 total damage to the bear, which puts it down to 9. Are we going to try to leave the bear behind again? Huh. So we no longer need to do the whole disarm rift thing. We do need to place a rift up there so that this works. The annoying thing is the Mindthief is going to go before us. So we're not going to get to do what we want to do there. I guess the Mindthief will actually probably just attack next turn then. And then loot and move the following turn. But that doesn't work because the following turn we have to do this again then. Ugh. It's kind of unfortunate. I guess the Mindthief also has move 5. So it doesn't cost us too much to not go through the rifts. Man, I just want to use the rift teleport thing. It's such a cool effect. It really is. How useful it is, well, like I said, on some scenarios it seems like it could be really good. Hello, Fat Pat. So there's not a lot to be gained by placing the rift then. I guess it does help the Cragheart. But the Cragheart's here. We can actually still punch then, which helps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the bottom Revitalizing Fount. I'm going to place this rift here and pull this into it. Okay. I'm putting it here so the Mindthief still has a path here. If I put it here, then the Mindthief has to go around. And then this is also still adjacent to the Cragheart, allowing the Cragheart to kind of skip through. And then it's also adjacent to me, so then I can use the top of Void Snare simply as a default attack 2, targeting that bear. I'll probably long rest again soon before... I'm not actually 100%, but I think it's worth using the goggles here. Go for it. Ooh, good goggles. Nice. Just 3 damage. It's pretty important, actually. So, the bear is down to 6. The bear goes, loses its stun. It's down to 5. And the Cragheart gets a long rest. This heals. She took 1 damage from its wound. Actually, we should be 1 lower if we got our wound damage last turn. Should be down to 21 now, because we should have taken 1 last turn, which would have put up, when we were at 21, we would have been on 20, and then this turn we would have taken 1 down to 19, and we would have healed 2 up to 21. Okay. So again, we still need to keep our loot action because we want to be able to split up. Probably time just to get rid of Rumbling in advance. We're mostly topped up on life on everyone at this point. We still got healing potions anyway. And the direct damage doesn't matter so much at this point. It's all about like moving, stopping enemies from attacking and looting, essentially, for the last 2 rooms of this scenario. Okay, well, Mindthief is doing Mindthief things. We're gonna do our things. Oh, but this means the Cragheart needs to go after us, so the bear is gonna get an attack. If we create the rifts to work for the Cragheart. What if the bear does like 2 target attack? God, that would be a disaster. We both have healing potions still though, so it wouldn't even be that bad. So the Cragheart needs to go after 59, huh? Actually, not very realistic, unfortunately. So I think I'm just gonna go early on the Cragheart, and I'm just gonna ban. I mean, I wanted the rift thing to work, but oh well. It makes more sense to just kill the bear and not be dumb. Yeah, better to not be dumb. Bear also could have immobilized us, which would have been really bad. Anyway, so the Mindthief's up. We're gonna use Into the Night. We create dark. We'll loot 1 action, grabbing this chest, and then we use the bottom of Shared Nightmare as a move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Okay. Then the Cragheart's up. We're going to use the top of Brutal Momentum, making an attack 3, push 2, targeting the bear. We will be using the push. Goes. Okay. Do 4 damage with our attack, so we only get 1 instance of push because that one kills it. We gain just 1 experience by pushing it into the wall where it can't go and it dying. Okay, the bear's down. Bear's eliminated. The Diviner goes. So we're going to use the bottom of Ethereal Vortex to gain 1 experience. 1. Actually, this is slightly better for me, right? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, but sorry, the Cragheart went after us. We forgot to move afterwards. We had Unstable Upheaval as a move 2. Guess we're going to use our boots, because if we do move 2, we actually only get to move 1. Or we get the coin. No, actually, we can get the coin by moving 1 lap. Yeah, that's fine. And save our boots. Because basically, all right. So if we move here, we always can move 1. So unfortunately, the rifts aren't connected yet because the Diviner goes after us. But so basically, we could go 1, 2, 3, 4 by using our boots because we don't want to just move 2 as 1 to go here because then we're basically losing a movement. Whereas if we use the boots, we don't lose any movement, even if we are kind of forced to use our boots sooner. But actually, losing a movement but gaining a coin is in fact worth it. So I'm actually just going to do my default move there with Unstable Upheaval and get my 5th coin, which does mean that I have completed my battle goal, which is nice. Okay, so now the Diviner goes. Sorry, did I already gain the experience? I did. So I perform move 3, placing my character tokens on these 2 rifts. I'm not going to place them now, but then I go 1, 2. Kind of did something. As opposed to if we'd been here, we'd have been 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that would have been a worse spot. All right, a little bit of value. I'll take it. And we'll use the top of Envision the Course, Consuming Dark, gaining 1 experience, and we will again stack 2 decks. Kind of interested in stacking a monster deck at this point. Their damage matters a lot now, because like I said, our goal is actually to get the chests more than anything. So I think I'm going to stack a monster deck, Mindthief deck, actually. All right, so like, this is all, even though the curses we were going to get anyway, knowing that they're coming is a really big difference. Like knowing we have 2 attacks which do nothing. I think I'll put the crit as far away as possible. And hopefully, I mean, I guess 2 of our characters have Iron Helmet, so. All right, and then the Mindthief deck stack. Or put the worst cards further away. We can never gain advantage anymore, but hopefully it shouldn't matter. Don't have to attack too much more to end this scenario. Alright, Mindthief is definitely in a long rest. Basically, every time to get Boots of Striding back, we should certainly long rest, because we do need movement to successfully complete the scenario. The Diviner can also long rest. And the Cragheart can move it. Ah, we did, no, we can still create Earth. Good. Okay. So we can create Earth with this, because we want to have Earth so we can use a lot of movement with Cataclysm the following turn. So we want to save this, this. So it's like turn 3, I mean, like last turn is this, I guess, probably. The next turn is something like this, I suppose. I guess we can just do this now to give ourselves some free experience. We're going to use this move, and then this is going to be a bottom with another top. So yeah, this works. Okay, there goes. So the Cragheart is at 21. We're going to use the top of Rock Slide and the bottom of Blunt Force. Into experience, place 3 rocks. Do 3. I don't want these rocks in my way at this point. I'm just placing them to create Earth. Creating Earth, and I perform a move 2 with Blunt Force. 1, 2. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that works. Hoping we can make it through. We technically only need to make it to the door. 7 is enough because we have a loot 1. Because we have our Boots of Striding plus Cataclysm, so that's 8. So we have a little bit of leeway as well. Okay, and then our 2 allies do long rests. Crush this. Heal for 1. Oops. We'll bring back Mind's Weakness at this point. And over here. I don't even know what we're doing, or if it matters very much anymore. I'm trying to think. And I guess I want to keep my teleports. Deck stacking doesn't really matter anymore. I guess I'll just get rid of this. Disarm rifts and movement and forced movement rifts can still be useful. Okay, so Mindthief's going to go up to this one. Cragheart's going to go to this one because the Mindthief can make it there in 2 turns by doing like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 plus boots as well. Gives us again some leeway, and then we use the loot action, the turn boot. So I guess we'll use Mind's Weakness to gain 1 experience this coming turn, or Shared Nightmare. I mean, it doesn't really change much either way. So what card do we want to get rid of at that point? Probably some... No, but I guess Perverse Edge can give us... No, actually we want late initiative. No, but we can't use late initiative the following turn, because not this turn, but the turn after... Well, I guess it is late-ish. We're going to do this and this. The turn that follows, not this turn. So this turn we're going to do a move 5, which is always going to be one of these. Suppose we can keep both of them though, because you never know. We should just keep this, so we just get rid of one of these. I guess. I mean, it's also a stun. Yeah, let's just get rid of Perverse Edge. Because you can always Mana Potion to get an extra stun if we need. Not bad. Alright, we'll go like that. So in that case, maybe we should go in and use Shared Nightmare, because then we actually don't need to Mana Potion for the ice. We'll actually just get the ice by attacking. In case we want to stun the following turn. Alright, so we're going to enter like that. Cragheart is going to go like this. And the Diviner, I guess just Teleport move plus Disarm Rift, in case the Disarm Rift can be useful somewhere. And we should probably go after the Cragheart, because we'll want to see what's in this room as well. And 30 initiative should be fine. Okay, here we go. Second to last turn, presumably. We use a move 5 with Cranium Overload. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so let's set up this room. We have Poison Trap up here. Poison Trap up here. This is why I was saving the jump for the second turn, because I knew that there were traps there. Also have a wall of Earth Demons, which we'll get to in a second. Have thorns there. And the remaining bushes. There. And there. Alright. So, Earth Demons, what are you all up to? Huh? Ooh, well, we're gonna go invis anyway. Matter. That is actually them trying to do something relevant, though. I'll give them respect for that. Not gonna set their hells, because I don't really care too much about that. Okay. So we moved 3 already, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because I moved 1, 2, 4 with boots, 5 easily. Alright. I mean, I guess I'm not going to be stunning anything, but I do want to gain the experience. So I will gain 1 experience and create ice by using Shared Nightmare. And I'll just... I don't really care about their hells, so I'll just attack one of them. So I'll just, let's say, attack number 2. They're also going to heal. So there we go. All right. So we did 6 damage in the end. I mean, there's no reason not to attack more, but I'm just saving myself time. Oh, and then, wait. So actually, I don't even have to go invis. Does it really matter? It's fine to go invis here. Yeah, I do actually have to go invis if I go here. Otherwise I get immobilized. I could actually just stop one further back, because like I said, I have move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with my boots, so it's actually fine. But there's no risk, because if I jump to the other side of the traps, they're never like doing anything to me. I mean, technically they can actually hit me with range attacks, but even then they can't kill me. So it's literally impossible for them to kill me. I'll explain why. So again, if they don't get range attacks, first of all, since they'll get a reshuffle. So first of all, it's only 1 out of 8 for them to get range attacks. I guess they're like diamond pattern. One of them can attack me. But anyway, if they don't get range attacks, because there's a trap wall here and I'll be on the other side, they'll actually run to hit one of our other allies down here. Even if they do get range attacks, well, next turn, like I said, I'll be playing this card plus this card. So I'll have 2 cards left in my hand. I'll have 4 cards actually in my discard. So I can lose, oh no, sorry, 2 cards in my discard, 2 cards in my hand. And I'm at 12 life. So I can actually lose card from my hand, card from my hand, card from my discard for their 3 attacks, and I still don't die. So we never run the risk of exhausting. And then I would still be able to short rest, so it wouldn't even be, or long rest or whatever, so it wouldn't be the end. I also still have 12 health, and they're only hitting for 4 each, and I have a helmet, so they can't even crit me. Like, it's not even close. So there's no real reason to, I mean, it's safe to do either to invis or just stay outside of the immobilized range, but I'll just go ahead and invis. And because I invised, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then boots plus a potion. Yep, easy. Okay, so now the Cragheart goes. We're gonna consume Earth. Oh, that's actually important that we went before they could consume Earth. I hadn't actually thought about that. So Cataclysm is move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boots is striding. 1 more movement. 7. What's in number 5? 6. And there. Did I miss a thorn somewhere? I did. I missed the thorns down here. I don't think that actually would have mattered. I never went here. So yeah, it actually wouldn't have mattered at all. I went around here to get the chest. Yeah, I did miss this 1 thorns. But again, it had no impact on where we played in this scenario. We never played anything here. If anything, it potentially could have helped us by allowing us, instead of pushing into the wall, to push into that. But it really would have changed absolutely nothing. Okay, so we've got 1 elite and 1 regular forest imp. Again, not bothering to set health. Okay, what are you up to? It's like healing or doing your muddle nonsense? No, attacking still, but that's okay. I have 1 more movement. I guess I will just move on to the chest to assert dominance and to get myself further away from these earth demons. Okay, so then the diviner goes. So we have a teleport 4 hexes away. Also gives shield 1. Go 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. This is hex, this is hex, this is hex, this is hex. Yes. Shield not going to be doing much. And then we're going to use our disarm rift. Place right here. This will move away from us and go into the disarm rift. Okay, so yeah, there's no stuff. Yeah, sure, actually. I'll also use my Ring of Skulls, putting the skeleton here. This way the skeleton will actually get it. Whatever. Not even bother. It attacks me, I don't really care. Okay, so the imps go. Like I said, this one will move away to lose disadvantage, which leads to it getting disarmed. Hey, I threw together an Aether Diviner model that matches the other characters, so you don't have to use that standee. If you want, I can drop it in your game if you'd rather it match the others. Yeah, I would actually appreciate that. Can you send me a private message on Twitch linking me your Steam profile? I can grab that from you. So I'm only doing this 1 scenario, so I should be done with this session, I would say, in probably under 20 minutes. 25 minutes maybe at the most. Probably not even. So if you're free in like 20 minutes, I can grab that from you immediately. If you just PM me on Twitch your Steam profile, so I can add you and then invite you into the lobby. Otherwise, if not, you can just send me a message on the subreddit and I can get it from you another time. But I would appreciate it. That would be great. Thank you very much. Okay, so that gets disarmed, which I believe then does cause it to... I think I've read this before. It doesn't really change anything here, but let's see. No, it moves to its original destination, but that doesn't quite answer the question. It's a little bit confusing. What happens if something's moving away and then gets disarmed? If a monster is disarmed, will it move as if it has an attack? No, disarm negates the effects of having an attack. A monster will move as though it doesn't have an attack, which means it will just try to get as close as possible to its focus. But on the other hand, it says, what happens if a monster becomes disarmed while moving towards its target? But in this case, it's not towards its target. It will continue moving along its original movement path towards its original destination hex. So I feel like this contradicts a little bit, but that's not actually towards its target, so I guess it doesn't. I mean, so basically the question is, should it just stop here then once getting disarmed, or should it then try to finish its movement moving as close as possible to its target? It's really not going to change anything, so I guess we'll just have it stop there for now. I'm not actually sure which one's correct, though. It's kind of a weird thing that doesn't happen much, or almost ever. Maybe it's in the Diviner FAQ, actually. No, not there either. Oh well, not such a big deal. Okay, and so then this one will move away. We'll attack the Diviner. What do you know, curse? But we do take one curse on the Diviner. Okay, there we go. And the Earth Demons heal themselves for 3. Sure. And disarm targeting all enemies within range 3, but it is target, so it doesn't affect enemies, so they do nothing. Another round. Alright, so Cragheart's playing these 2 cards. Diviner, how can we gain? This gives us 2 experience. Ooh, this gives us 4 experience. Don't mind if I do. We need to loot 5, we need to have no one exhausted, and we need to use our items, which we'll do. Alright. So, and us, we're playing these 2 cards. Here we go. Final turn. The repeat. So we're up first on the Mindthief. We're going to do a move 4 jump, plus use our Boots of Striding. While we're at it, we're going to use a heal potion and a mana potion. This way we easily, I mean, even just with the mana potion alone, creating wind, because why not? We would already get there, plus we can again use these if we wanted to, because we can still heal even while at full. Alright, move 4 jump, plus Boots is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. And then we'll use the top of Into the Night, which creates dark, and we perform a loot 1, which grabs this chest. Okay, then the Diviner goes. Actually, nothing's attacking, so I don't even need to bother with most of the stuff. I'm just going to gain 4 experience. Oop, I played in the wrong spot. Tendency to do that sometimes. Go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing this. Heal 4, affect 1 ally within range 3. Shield 3, affect all adjacent allies. Boom. And then I summon some Ghost Falcons, which I'm just going to immediately dismiss because I can't be bothered. Again, just to gain 4 experience. And then on the Cragheart, we're going to perform a bottom loot 1. Grabs this chest. Okay, and none of the enemies are attacking, so I don't need to bother with anything beyond that. That's the end of the round. The Cragheart has no experience to gain, unfortunately. Alright, that does that. So, that is it for today. Well, I mean, we're going to do our post-scenario stuff. We won't be doing any more scenarios today. As it is the 4th of July, I do wish everyone a happy holiday, and I hope everyone has a fun time celebrating. I mean, again, I'm still going to do something else, but it is because of the fact that it's the 4th that I'm actually going to go out and, like I said, celebrate by eating Mexican food, because there's nothing more American than eating delicious Mexican food. One of my favorites. Celebrating the fusion of many cultures into our own. Okay, so we all did manage to gain our check marks, which is nice. Yep, 5 coins exactly. Glad we picked up that extra one. And Protector, no one to become exhausted. The Cragheart, yeah, even after playing, all right. I mean, we didn't even become exhausted. No, no one became exhausted. No one became exhausted. Okay. So let's go through and see what we got. We have 5 gold here and 27 experience. Does the scenario give us any rewards? No, just a new scenario. The best. We've got a bunch of scenarios we have to add anyway. We forgot to add after 31. Yeah, we've got to worry about doing all that off stream. All right, I should actually make sure that I don't forget that. I'll do it shortly after here. Hopefully. Hopefully. All right, anyway, so let's check this one off. Number 7, Vibrant Grotto. Boom. All right. So we already gained our 5 money. We gain 1 check mark. We're only 1 away. Nice. And we get, like I said, 27 experience. So 27. All right. Here we gain 25 gold. 1 check mark. Nice. Perk. 25 gold. And for experience, we gain 28. All right. Let's go ahead and just grab our perk quickly. Ooh. Which perk do we want now? Actually kind of tough. I guess the rolling pushes are actually pretty good now that we have both Brutal Momentum and Heaving Swing. Because adding more push, I mean, if we get lucky enough to flip a rolling push modifier on Brutal Momentum, that's actually like adding 4 direct damage. That can be very good. Now that Brutal Momentum is good, this modifier is actually good. This is definitely worth taking. I was considering this, because we attack with advantage often enough and we have the Diviner messing with our deck, this is actually not such a bad perk here. But yeah, actually with both Enhanced Heaving Swing and Brutal Momentum, which we attack with both of pretty frequently, I think the 2 rolling push 2 is actually pretty reasonable perk. Rolling push is not a terrible perk to begin with. And yeah, like I said, with those cards, this makes it a lot better. Again, we literally don't care about the wind at all, and we create a lot more earth than we need. Inconsistent earth is just something we don't want. This would actually just make our attacks less consistent when we have rolling modifiers. Also makes our deck manipulation worse by adding more cards that just like mess with our ability to see better cards. So I don't think we'll ever add any of these. We'll probably add this though. Again, considering that we have the enhanced, strength enhancement and the diviner. Okay, that's that. And over on the Mindthief, we gain 10 gold. We did gain a check mark, and we gained 32 experience. Which at that rate will be level 9 next scenario. Alright, so clear that. So we didn't get any level ups. Didn't really get, we just gained the 1 perk for the Cragheart, but that's fine. Alright, so that'll do it for today. Like I said, sorry for the short stream, but it is the holiday, and one must celebrate a little bit. It's quite reasonable. So Fenton, I'll be with you in just a second after I sign off here. For everyone else, I will be back. I'll be back next Monday, that's for sure, and I'll definitely be back next Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, I mean, I maybe try to do some custom class stuff. Worst case scenario, I can just do like a... Because doing a 1 scenario day is a lot easier for me. I mean, I have a lot less motivation for the custom class stuff these days for various reasons. And I don't know, I'll figure something out for Tuesday. Regardless, I'll be here on Monday and Tuesday. I'm not sure. It's possible that, I mean, it depends also on the weather. If it stays like as cool as it is here, it's a lot easier to do 2 scenarios. Again, today I'm really just not doing 2 scenarios because of the 4th, not because of the weather. But earlier this week it was kind of because of the weather. So if the weather stays like this going into next week, I'll probably do full days, but I can't guarantee that for Monday or Tuesday. But Monday or Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, I'll definitely do. I should be doing full days for both of them. There's no reason that I wouldn't. playing this Diviner campaign. So again, Monday, regular campaign, which currently has too many. Themer's Brewmaster and Angry Face. Tuesday, maybe custom class, maybe that regular campaign as well. And then Wednesday and Thursday will be this campaign. As we close in on level 9, only have a couple more weeks left. Again, I don't know. So let's see. Yeah, probably the last week I stream will be last week of July, which will be the week of starting the 29th, going into the very beginning of August. I'll probably still stream then, most likely. And then after that, I won't be streaming anymore for I don't know how long. Because we move on the 14th, but we might have to leave a bit earlier, and we're going to have a ton of stuff to do, so it's not really going to be realistic around that time. But yeah, alright, so that's just a heads up for everything. Anyway, thank you all very much for tuning in. Appreciate it. I hope you all have a great day. If you're non-American, and if you are American, have a happy 4th of July. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all soon.